Hi Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 2022 money and career reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and really helps this channel grow, so thank you so much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy that we have to be mindful of during this time. What is the energy that Aries needs to be mindful of? June 2022, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is the Two of Cups. Ooh, okay. So this is saying things get a little bit tricky, all right, when it comes to personal relationships and work. It can be somebody who we thought was a friend and they're not. It can be somebody we had a romantic relationship with and things are going sour, so things become more complicated. This is complicated because of personal involvement. So just really be aware of that. And if we can, keep things separate. Keep things separate. That's really going to help us. Let's look at our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the third eye chakra, dreams. A lot of information, a lot of insight, a lot of ideas are going to be coming to us through our dreams. Pay attention. Pay attention, because there's going to be just even some days, if you're like me, you don't usually remember your dreams. But some days I wake up and I'm like, I vividly remember. It's almost like I was watching television. That's how clear the dreams were. When they're that clear, pay attention. Also, pay attention to where your mind wanders, why it's wandering there. Does it wander to the negative? Does it wander to the positive? What is it that you're trying to build within your life? Are your thoughts helping you, or are they hindering you? I'm going to link in the description box below a book called The Law and the Promise. And it really is quite beautiful because it tells you about your mind and about imagination. And I know it sounds like The Secret and it sounds like all these other things that we've heard before, but this was written in 1961, and just the way that it's explained just brought a level of clarity to me that I hadn't experienced when I listened to anything else, or when I read anything else. So check it out if you want to. It's free. It's on YouTube. It can't hurt. But I found it really beneficial. So let's look at our tarot energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. We are going to take these right here, because that's what spirit is saying to do. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay. So we're going to turn everything over all at once. Okay. So where we are right now, Aries. Oh, this is funny. Okay. So we're seeing things that others cannot. We have had the veil lifted from our eyes, and there's a level of insight. There's also a level of natural talent that is coming through during this time that we need to pay attention to. Others will sit there and they're going to find it actually kind of hard to keep up with us, or even think that we know what we're talking about, because there is this sense of we just innately know. And they're thinking, how can you do that? Like, you can't just innately know, or you're making it up. But there is a level of brilliance. Spirit is saying brilliance, and I'm like, ooh, brilliance is an intense word, but there's a level of brilliance to us that we need to utilize. We're also seeing people for who they truly are, not who they want to be. So very much being aware of that is very important, meaning that people will present themselves one way and we'll think, well, you're a liar, or that's not true, and we're going to be right. Or our mistrust is going to have a reasoning behind it that isn't innately clear all at once. So being aware of that is going to be very beneficial to us. It leads us to our challenge. Our challenge during this time is tuning out the rest of the world and turning inward. Also, we have a Virgo energy. So if we have Virgo within our natal chart, our challenge will be to listen to this part of our personality. There is also a sense here that a lot is guided if we quiet ourselves. The High Priestess, there we go, is all about quieting ourselves as well. I love the pairing of the High Priestess and the Hermit together, because there's such a sense of, I have all the knowledge within me. I need to see it. I need to understand it. I need to embrace it. And I need to move forward with it. And that becomes a game changer for us. But that's going to be one of the most challenging things. And it's at the heart of where we are right now. It's not listening to everybody else. It's understanding that our dreams, that our determination, that our insights are really guiding us, are really a part of us, and are really opening up the door. So what are we focusing on? We are focusing on, first and foremost, what we know. But we can also find ourselves during this time, Aries, getting a bit jealous, getting a bit, intensely driven by, I want what somebody else has. Or we're looking at other people and thinking, why are they successful and I'm not? And what Spirit is saying here is that you have to stop judging yourself against other people, because it's going to keep us from moving forward the way that we want to. We're to be looking at what we have right now, and we're to be standing in our success in a job well done, not taking away from us. Because, yeah, Spirit is showing me we need to be right here, right now. It's like, be in the present. We're going to be very busy looking at everybody else. And I'm just seeing that meme where it was the person swimming and the other person's looking over at the person who's so far ahead of them and they falter. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's like, if you look at the other people, you start to falter. And so what we're focusing on is being in our lane, running our race, not anybody else's. So that's going to be a really important thing. It's going to be a hard thing. Now, our past, we weren't very good students. We were to learn something and we didn't learn that lesson. There's also something that is taking place during this time. And it's like, learn this, see this, but this was a lesson that we hadn't learned before. So it's going to be very reminiscent. It's going to be like, oh, okay, I've seen this before, or I've been there before. We didn't learn the lesson. The lesson is coming back. And I'm not sure exactly, let's see if we can get what that lesson is. Okay. Okay, so this has to do with the way that we interacted with other people. There is a real sense here that we gave somebody else the lead or somebody else the benefit of the doubt, and we didn't take what we learned or what we know and run with it. So there's a real sense of, as we're moving forward, as we're going after what we want, it's like, stop second guessing yourself. Pay attention to your own abilities, because there's just a doubt here. It's like we've doubted ourselves, and that's part of our past, that doubt, that fear, that sense of, I don't get to have the money or the prosperity or the abundance that I want, or even that there's so much more that I have to learn and I can learn from this person. We were actually trying to learn from people who weren't any better than us. They weren't teachers. They were students themselves. So being aware of this is also going to be very important. Now, our strength is that God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing us a gift just for us. We're represented by the wands in the minor arcana. We're represented by the emperor in the major arcana. This is a gift for us to embrace our abilities, to embrace what we want, to look at what we desire, and to open up that door. The Ace of Wands comes in. This is passion, this is creativity, this is vigor and vibrance. And there's a spark to us. There's an insight to us. There's a magic to us. All right. And that magic is our innate ability. It's the fact that we're embracing why we were put on this earth and what we need. And this doesn't mean all the time that it could directly correlate to our jobs. It could be that we were put on this earth to be really great parents, or really great, partners, or really great artists, or musicians, or just even, curiosity seekers. And as we're embracing that part of us, we're starting to shine more, and people are taking more notice of us because of this. It moves us to our near future. And that is the 5 of Cups. We have a faltering. So our near future is the fact that we're going to look at everything that we failed at, everything that hasn't gone our way, and think, oh, well, maybe I'm not worthy of what I want, or maybe I don't get to move forward the way that I need to. Spirit is saying, turn around. See the 2 of Cups. See the minor arcana Lover's card that is waiting for us. See the blessings and the prosperity and the abundance, and say, this is what I'm taking. This is what I need. We can shoulda, coulda, woulda ourselves to death. We can doubt ourselves up and down the Mississippi. Does it get us anywhere? No. It just creates, through our imagining, through our doubts and our fears and our chaos, a world that we don't want, something that we're trying to move away from. And it brings us then to our suggested approach. Now, this is saying here, when it comes to the realm of business, we're nobody's fool. Be very mindful of fighting. Be very mindful of to whom you're giving your energy to and why you're giving your energy to them. But there is also a sense here of, I need to stand up for myself. I'm not going to be walked all over, and I'm not going to deny myself my own success, my own prosperity, and my own abundance. So there's a balancing act that's going to have to be done. What we need to know is that God, Source, Spirit, however you see, again, the divine, the universe, is handing us a gift of knowledge. It's cutting through doubts and fears and negativity. There are going to be times, Aries, where we say, but I just know, and we do. There are going to be times where it's like, well, it just all fits together. And it does. Are we going to doubt ourselves? Yes, because people are going to look at us and say, that can't possibly be. We have to trust. We have to trust the knowledge that is coming. Now, if it sounds foolish, or if we need more research, or if something is saying to us, oh, we should do this, look at it from different angles. Don't just say, go on blind trust, right? Say, oh, okay, I'm obviously going to be right. No, look at things through different eyes and through different lenses. And then say, okay, this is where I'm going. This correlates. This makes sense. This is empowering for me. But knowledge is coming in. And as we kind of look at it through the different angles, we're going to see that it really does make a lot of sense. There's also an energy here of embracing our own voice, of being able to really speak up for ourselves and say what it is that we want, what it is that we need, what it is that we know. And this is a difference, because Aries, before, we were hesitant in speaking, which doesn't sound like an Aries thing, right? We're usually depicted as so confident, but we can be apprehensive, or we can be having to fight so many battles that, we start to doubt. It's like, am I right? Or am I just a cantankerous person? Like, am I just argumentative and angry? Where do I need to be? So it moves us then to our hopes and our fears. Our hopes and our fears are the Chariot. Now, this is Cancer energy. It is also the sense of, I'm taking the reins. I'm looking at the riddles, the questions, the doubts, and I'm really taking the reins at where I want to be, how I need to move forward, what I'm going after, and I'm owning it. I'm absolutely owning what I want and what's being built in my life for me. It moves us to our potential, and our potential is the Magician. This is rare. A potential of being the magician, especially within a work environment, means that we're following our skills. We're shining. We are outshining others. We're really embracing our success and what we want, and really stepping into our power. Our potential is to be the magician, to let ourselves shine. And the fact that we have the High Priestess here with the Magician, the High Priestess is the inward knowledge. The Magician is saying, okay, now I'm letting that show. Now I'm stepping into that power. I'm understanding what I need. I'm understanding what I want. I'm understanding what I'm going after. And that becomes the game changer for us. That becomes the thing that really opens up our eyes. Oh, goodness, that was the wrong way, wasn't it? And so we're looking at this here. And the whole goal of this time is to be able to say, this is what I want for my life. This is where I'm headed. And this is who I am. I'm letting myself shine. And I'm not apologizing for it. Because so often when we find our purpose, we doubt it because it makes us different than the others who have to work at it. Or it's not even that we don't have to work at it, but who don't see things in the same sphere, in the same way that we do. And so we think, oh, I'm wrong. Like, I have to be wrong, right? Because it's not like everybody else. And Spirit's saying, why the heck does that mean that you're wrong? It moves us to go deeper into the tarot. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. So we have our past, our present, and our future right here. So our past, our present, and our future. Okay. So we have Venus energy coming into play. Taurus and Libra are ruled by Venus. So it could be those two signs that came into play, but also love and turning into, oh, there's Taurus energy right here, right? With the Hierophant. Taurus is represented by the Hierophant in the major arcana. So strong Taurus energy moving forward. So strong work energy connecting us to an institution, connecting us to the way that things are done. And now we have the Hermit turning deeply into ourselves, looking at our spark, our inspiration, our dreams, our way of seeing things, how that has played in the institution that we are in, or in the field that we want to be in. So our past was all about building our present, was all about kind of playing the game and aligning ourselves within success, like saying, okay, this is what needs to be done, kind of like this is the rule book sort of thing. Our present is the Four of Swords and the Nine of Swords. We need to rest. We're overthinking, we're overanalyzing. We are putting a lot of pressure on ourselves. And it's almost like we know the rules, we know how to play the game, and we want things to be very much a certain way. We can't control other people. That's going to be the really hard thing because we work with other people. It's not just with us, that things are aligned, or that things are, the weight is put on, not just on our shoulders, it's also put on others. And here, it's kind of like we need to step away, we need to rest, we need to calm down, and we need to find our center. Because for some reason, I'm just seeing here that we've lost that center, and it's been replaced with worry and fear. But there is an answer that's coming in our present. It moves us to our future, which is the Muse of Inspiration. This is the King of Wands. So we have the two women kind of bowing their heads over the person who is walking this path. The King of Wands, that's us. That's the highest court card in the major arcana for a wand, for a fire sign. There we go. And what we're going to see here is that we are moving towards what we need, what we want, and what we desire. And that we are opening ourselves to new ideas, but also a transformation. We've walked down a path, and we're walking down a path that is calling more and more and more from us, that is embracing us in a way that we hadn't anticipated. And it moves us now to a place where we're looking at things not just differently, but we're looking at things with more confidence. There's a sense of, I'm right. There's a sense of seeing the bigger picture and knowing what we desire and knowing what we're focusing on. And it's like, oh, I can do this. It moves us to our subconscious energy for the Celtic Cross reading, which is the fact that we're having a lot of choices brought forward. A lot of things are going to be revealed to us. We're going to be seeing things in a different way. It's almost like we're reaching the second tier. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if somebody, like, there's different tiers and you get read into something, or like, it's kind of like, how it's like above my pay grade? This is going to the next pay grade. That's what's coming forward. It moves us then to our subconscious past energy, which is the sun. There's a lot of passion and intensity here. It's a lot of, this is what is seen and this is what needs to be done. We're also focusing, that's what the past was all about. It's like, this is what's seen, this is what needs to be done. Now in our present, we're looking at things a little bit more internally, emotionally, and saying, okay, how do I need to align things for me, not just for everybody else? It brings us then to the Queen of Pentacles. Prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. There's a richness to us, a richness in the fabric, a richness in the pose, a richness in the makeup, a richness in the countenance of our being. And that's what we're going to be really embracing during this time, to embrace. It's not just like an attitude of wealth, because it's not spending money we don't have, but it's all of a sudden we're starting to say, what aligns me with the wealth within my life? Meaning, what do I need from my life, for my life, to move me forward in a way that is successful, prosperous, and abundant? Because we are nurturing our bounty and we are nurturing our success. It moves us then to the Two of Wands. In our future, we're opening up a door. We're seeing a new path forward. We're looking at things in such a beautiful, prosperous, abundant way that it's like, oh, there are new opportunities out here. I'm not just relegated to this. I'm opening up the door to so much more. It brings us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is play, the heart chakra. We need to embrace play and joy and laughter and fun, or else we're just going to be overwhelmed. We're just going to be burning the candle at both ends. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Seven of Pentacles. Now, this is what is this? The Druidcraft deck. Here, this is holly that they're cutting down, which is a sacred plant. But whenever I look at this, I think of ivy. And ivy was a sacred plant in Celtic lore, because it could bring down a mighty oak. So even though I know cognitively that this is ivy and this is not ivy, this is holly and this is a blessing, to me also it's be mindful of what is growing on your tree, on your prosperity, on yourself, that is sucking away your energy. Because the Seven of Pentacles is a harvest, all right? But it's taking the time to make sure that that harvest comes in. It's taking the time to know the prosperity that brings us forward, that leads us to where we want to be. And it's also saying, okay, we cannot be the only one working on this. We cannot be the only one, waiting and growing and seeing. There needs to be a collaboration. There needs to be a coming together. If we are the only ones, then we need to really make sure that we're owning the project. We're owning the space, or else it's going to be that everybody's taking advantage of us, and that's not okay. But be patient also with the wealth that is coming in, with the blessings that are moving us forward. Because divinity is saying it's happening in my time, not in yours. Which is frustrating. I hate it when divinity says that. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. And may prosperity and blessings always be with you.